And there we go. How is everyone? Welcome back, and it is time to get back to the Hisuian Zoroa Shiny Hunt. Also, finally, the red haze goes away. So, for those who don't know, for some reason, anytime that I start up, like, the face cam, whatever it is, it always, like, red hazes things. How you doing, Kayla? Hope you're doing well. But yes, like, there's like a red filter to the entire, like, screen for some reason. But how are you doing that, dude? How are you doing, John Pierce? Hello, Copy Muse. Hope you're doing well. Had the semi-final battle of the Elite Battle League today. You guys are gonna have to tune in tomorrow to see what the results of that fight were. Some worries for that tricolor map. Why is that, Mudkip? What is with the slight worries for it? And if you guys haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. So we're basically going to be focusing on hatching some eggs. Yeah, I saw the announcement. I saw that it is going to be Legend of Zelda themed. It looks interesting. And Mudkip, you did call it. I mean, I guess I should have seen that, yeah, they were going to do a Legend of Zelda thing. Because, like, they did a Pokemon one. Fissure Tinglu. Is Fissure Tinglu, is that a thing? Is that an actual thing? Oh, nice. Shiny Palmy. Shiny Palmy is, I think, the shiny I have gotten the most of in this game. It works well with the 2v44. Okay. Power. Like, I'll be honest. I'm Team Power. It is the only... If you know me, you know Team Power is the only correct answer for a Legend of Zelda themed one. I'm not really sure how that's like a sadly thing. It's like... It's a one-hit KO move, but it's extremely slow, and it's a 30% chance of hitting every time. Not really sure what the issue with it is. I'm sorry, if you know me, you know I like hyper offense, okay? It's the only thing when it comes to Pokemon battles, I go with offense. How is Fissure Tinglu good competitively? There's nothing that has no guard in the game, is there? Yeah, I don't think there's anything that has no guard. Unless it's like gravity into Fissure shenanigans? How is Gravity Tinglu doing things? I honestly want to know this. But the issue is that it's very slow. That's kind of the problem, is Tinglu is a very slow Pokemon. And it does have a lot of weaknesses. I mean, that's one of the things about the Ruins legendaries, aside from Chi-Yu. They've all got a pretty high number of weaknesses. Then again, Tinglu, it does have the ability that reduces special attacks, special damage. Well, reduces the special attack of all enemies, and it's got like really high balls. So I guess maybe get up like 2 or 3 ones. Oh, Midnight Lycanroc gets no guard. I always forget Midnight Lycanroc gets no guard. 3v3v3 or 2v2. Makes sense, Mudkip. That does. So is it competitively Tinglu and no guard Lycanroc? I guess I can see that now. Yeah, power without wisdom. Without the wisdom, you don't right with the power. Yeah, see, tell that to Zygarde. Tell that to Huge Power Azumarill. Tell that to Kartana. There's a lot of things that don't need any wisdom to just do things. Tell it to Mewtwo. There's a lot of things that don't need brain power in order to just blast things into the next millennium of existence. Well, next millennium of non-existence, I guess you could say. Tinglu's very bulky, so many chances to get Fissure. Hello, Foxy Lady. How are you doing? I mean, I think it could just be the metagame right now being that. Not talking about Pokemon. I know, I agree. But also, the way that I do stuff is I go hyper-offensive when it comes to Pokemon things, which is what I'm pretty much basing that stuff on. Normally, I go Wisdom. But, I'm more the guy to go with Power for stuff. We only need one more Copy Muse. I can see Fissure Stomping Tantrum combo actually being really good. I could see that being a little bit scarifying. But how are you doing, Foxy? Hope you're doing delightful today. And again, if you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Hopefully, we can get our second and final shiny Hisuian Zorua today. But I'm not really sure if we're going to get that lucky. I mean, I can just check Pikalytics for Fissure Tinglu. Because, like, the thing is, with a YouTube video on something like Fissure Tinglu, it could kind of exaggerate stuff. But with something like Pikalytics, it gives you the usage stats. Also, it gives me the usage stats of the rest of its moves, items, stats, spread, and allies. Pikalytics. I love Pikalytics. It's just one of the best websites ever. Reason going wisdom is because family, where did you go? Well, I mean that sounds like a normal family thing families would say is go for wisdom. Okay, Foxy, I understand. I understand. Alright, so let's go see Pikalytics Tinglu. I'm actually, like, very heavily interested on this right now. Pikalytics VGC, yeah. One of the best websites to ever, like, other than frickin' Bulbapedia, Pikalytics is just chef's kiss. I already have a shiny Ditto, so even if it is one, I don't actually need one. But we can go check. There's a jump left. Also remember, when you guys say something to go check something, likely that is something that's already off screen because there's a pretty big latency. So that's a little bit of a problem. Another one. Alright, Tinglu. Let's go check. Tinglu, 34% usage right now. Tantrum. Oh wow, Bulldoze is the fourth most used. Fissure is on 42% of them. Interesting. Fissure, interesting. Most frequent ally, Fluttermane, Arcanine, Dragonite, Palafin, Shenpao, Chiyu, Gyarados, Glimmer. Nowhere am I actually seeing No Guard Lycanroc as an ally for Tinglu. Interesting. I'm seeing an ally of Glamora more frequently. Interesting. Cousins said go for power, and the other said cousins said go courage. Mainly asked mom and grandpa. Yeah, that sounds like a typical grandparent parent answer. That's a very grandparent parent answer. There we go. The thing is, a video like, say, YouTube videoing something like that, the issue is it doesn't really give the complete picture. Remember, it's things like that time, what was it, Aaron Cybertron Zhang ran, like, special Landorus on like, VGC Ladder in Battle Stadium. Like, it's a bit of a false representation of what is actually being done with it, so, you know. Kind of one of the reasons I don't really touch, like, YouTube videos when it comes to VGC usage of, like, a certain thing if it's a bit oddball like that. That's why I go to Pikalytics, because Pikalytics tracks the actual usage of it in tournaments. That's one of the reasons it's, like, the most useful resource out there. Glad this week is over. It was hectic. So the grandpa said the other day, we go power. Fair enough. That's why I go powers. Like, power's, like, the more personality one for me. It's like, I like hyper-aggressive stuff when it comes to Pokemon things, so I go power. I mean, all three of them are interesting, but also remember, it's Legend of Zelda themed. I mean, Mudkip did call that it was going to be a Legend of Zelda themed one. Which is good. Yeah, I should, like, they're probably going to do Legend of Zelda for it. Last week is over, it's been hectic. Okay, no, it is not hatched yet. Oh, there we go, now it's hatching. Literally one step away from hatching the egg. Also, Meta thinking, my powers again and be done with roll. I mean, I already knew you were going to go for that, Mudkip. Like, it's got a Dynamo Roller, it's Ganon, it's power, it's you. It is exactly you. What do you mean that, dude? What do you mean by the teams? What do you mean by that? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to shoot at. I look forward to it, though. Yeah, tomorrow we've got another one of our Breath of the Wild things. I'm not really sure how much more we actually need to go do in Breath of the Wild. Because, like, all that's left, really, is grind out the remaining Medal of Honor fights, and that's it. And then the Hyrule Compendium. I'm gonna be honest, that kind of was a bit of a vague statement. Like, about the teams, because there's been a lot of teams for a lot of different things that I've been working on. Not just for the Battles with Viewers thing. There's been a lot of teams for that, so it's a bit vague. Probably gonna go with Power Mudkip for that. Because, like, H is the most mean one. I mean, I think most people are probably gonna go Courage. I think the distribution is gonna be most people go Courage, then Power is gonna be the next biggest. Then the last one, well, like the smallest one, is gonna be Wisdom. But I think Power and Wisdom are gonna have, like, the higher proportion of more skill players. That's what I'm thinking for it, anyway. But yeah, there's still a lot more building that needs to go into the battle teams. That dude. You know, with the Elite Battle League is starting to wind down now, because remember, next week is the last week of the Elite Battle League. So once that's finished, I will have more time. Which is going to be more, I can do stuff with that. Because remember, also off-screen, I'm also still doing things for Dynamax Adventures Ho-Oh. I am recording other series. And especially with, you know, grinding stuff in Sword and Shield, getting ready for this season of the Elite Battle League. And then also the Elite Battle League next season. Because they're still doing one more season of the EBL in Sword and Shield before we move over to Scarlet Violet. And the main reason for that is we have no clue what kind of shakeups the DLCs can do for, like, moves and things that are going to be re-added. If DLC 1, like, DLC Part 1 for Scarlet Violet came out in, like, summer, or, like, came out, you know, relatively soon-ish, and then the next part of the DLC dropped in, like, November, then we would have probably moved over into Scarlet Violet. But because, you know, midway through the season, we're going to get the DLC drops, we don't know if it could add in new moves, whether it could add in just new other things that could be pretty broken. We can't really gauge the way things are going to go until we get more information about that. Okay, so I don't care. I want to hunt Shiny Roaring Moon. Exactly. See, Mudkip understands the best part about the shiny hunting in the game. I'm still very, very happy. Oh, Incineroar is definitely coming back. We actually were talking about this a bit ago, that dude. But Incineroar is one of those Pokemon that I highly doubt will never go away permanently. You know, Incineroar is one of those Pokemon that is just simply too powerful in a competitive sense that the metagame can essentially not survive without. It's one of the few things that keeps basically all of the legendary Pokemon in check. Because there's no special ground-type legendary, to my knowledge. There is... like, there's Kyogre as a water-type and Palkia as a water-type, but every single one of the physical legendaries, it keeps in check. Hello, Kayla. How you doing? Yeah, Incineroar is one of those things that I think is always going to be just in the series. But thankfully, Clear Amulet's kind of taken it down a few pegs. Like, Intimidate is still a great ability. However, Clear Amulet does present more than a few issues for Intimidate users. It's actually one of the reasons why when, you know, Scarlet Violet started, a lot of people actually did think that Intimidate was just kind of dead in this series because of the Clear Amulet's existence. Because you use Intimidate to cripple physical attackers that are scary. But you put Clear Amulet on Pokemon that are your scary physical attackers, so Intimidate doesn't work on them. Therefore, Intimidate becomes useless. Therefore, kind of doesn't do anything. But Incineroar's got, you know, Fake Out. It's got Parting Shot, which can do other stuff. The reason why that, dude, is because it shares the Eevee family curse. You gotta remember, the entire Eevee family, all the members of it just swap around the stat lines. So, like, they all have, I think it is, 130 stat, 110 stat, 195, 165, I think 260 is for their stats. So, there's always going to be, like, a big stat weakness at one point or another on them. The exception really being Umbreon, where, because Umbreon is just full bulk, it actually gets around this by things like Foul Play and a support kit. But all of the damage-dealing ones all have one very, very bad stat. Either a very poor defensive stat, or in the case of Sylveon, a very poor speed stat. It's kind of one that they can't escape from, because of the way their stat lines are. I guess the closest there is to one of them that doesn't have, like, that kind of thing is, like, Glaceon, but even then, Glaceon is a fairly slow Pokemon, despite the fact that it actually has, like, a pretty solid bulk and, you know, good offenses. It is still pretty slow, though, so there's that problem. But yeah, it's more a thing to do with their actual base stat line and sort of like the tradition the Eevee family keeps of having the same stat distribution. Umbreon is very good support mon, very bulky. Yeah, exactly. Like, Umbreon is the one that is kind of outside of that one poor stat because it doesn't use its offenses. Its offenses just do not matter. It goes full HP, full special, full defense. Speed doesn't matter because it gets, like, again, support kit. When you're a support Pokemon, speed doesn't really matter. Which is why, like, Umbreon is so good. I'm just pointing out a statistical quality of them, Foxy. I am just pointing out the numbers. Nothing more. Okay? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, like, if I'm ever going to use one of them, like, I will use Umbreon. Umbreon is freaking terrifying to use competitively, because, again, it's so bulky, it refuses to go down. And it gets Yawn, it just gets everything you need. Screech, Fake Tears, Yawn. Foul Play is terrifying on it, because, again, it doesn't need to use offensive stat. It also gets, what is the issue you're presently having, that dude? Because team building is a bit of a vague statement. Yeah, there's generally a little more explanation that needs to be given for, like, lost in team building. Because I similarly get lost in team building, but also that's kind of because of the Pokemon available in this game. Not a lot of my old standbys are available here, so I have to kind of get creative with things. Which I'm okay with, because it's one of the things I love about the newer games. Check DMs for perfectly clear damage of not playing Scarlet. Oh my god, this second shiny! Oh my god, both of them were under odds. That is both of them under odds by a huge margin. I don't even. Like, what is this game? This is insane. Oh, that is delightful. Let's freaking go, people. And that is our second and last member of the Zorua family, shiny hunted. That was delightful. That was delightful. Also, that's hilarious, Mudkip, that screenshot. That is hilarious. Well, now we gotta go figure out what to do. Well, the good thing is I had a plan. See, Well, this wasn't the first one we did today. This was not the first of this batch. We are honestly, like... I think at this point we're both of them were still mega under odds. Both of them were still, like, within... Actually, let me go check things. Because... I can do a little bit of math calculation right here. Also, I don't actually need to save Mudkip because the eggs will always be the same no matter what. So, the game could crash right now, and I could just rehatch that same egg and it would always be shiny. So let's do a little bit of just quick math for shenanigans. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is there's 5 boxes of 30 eggs, so that's 150. And I know I hatched a couple of eggs before this one, so we'll assume 2 boxes, 3, even highball the 3 boxes. So that is 240 eggs for both of our Hisuian Zorua. I call that a good day. Yeah, that's something. And the good thing is, I now have the exact target of what we're going to be hunting next. So, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, I'm happy. That was great. Both of the Hisuian Zora was already shiny. So this is what it feels like to be ahead on a Masuda shiny hunt. I didn't almost drown while hatching this one. I didn't have a mouthful of water that I almost choked on. You know, from now on, every time we hatch an egg, we gotta take a sip of water. Because I only get shinies if I almost choke on them. I mean, it'll be great if we can get another shiny. So that would be actually pretty good. Time for the Sada fight. I love the Turo and Sada fight. I think the Sada fight is much harder of a fight than Turo, just because Roaring Moon is a better overall Pokemon. And just the past Paradoxes generally have a little bit better of a stat line and type combination. So, but I mean, that's also just like kind of my 2 cents. I should go after Shiny Zora, but I don't feel like hatching eggs for it. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Foxy. Honestly, egg hatching isn't really that bad in this game. The hardest part about Masuda hunting in this game is really just keeping on top of that multitasking game of just clicking A every couple of minutes to collect all of your eggs. And then remembering to keep running egg power sandwiches while you're hatching them. So what we're gonna go do after this is we are actually gonna go and shiny hunt. What is that? Oh, it's a Snom. Snom is gonna be a Masuda hunt. I'm not dealing with Snom in the overworld. But after this, we're actually gonna go hunt Houndour. Because I do love the Darky McGoodboy. Oh my gosh, that's a shiny other one thing! Shiny Snorunt! This is just the day of sparkles. This is just the day of all the sparkles. Blue sparkle. And I mean, we're gonna be hunting another blue shiny. So like, it tracks. That math tracks out. That math checks. Unless I feel like shiny hunting home. In home fort. Oh my gosh. Honestly, the best way of probably hunting is just go playing Legends. Is the best way of hunting it. Realistically. I hate Trick Room teams, so I don't think it. So anyways, I was kind of talking about Pokemon, like I'm like a DD Pokemon. Okay. Trick Room! Anti-Trick Room and Trick Room. That's the only spots. So don't think. Yeah, that's the thing is, Indeedee works exclusively for Trick Room teams, and the best way of doing it is anti-Trick Rooming. Because Indeedee's either going to be Mental Herb to stop Taunt, or it's going to be Psychic Seed to do Follow Me shenanigans. So like the best way is like Taunt to shut it down. But again, they kind of have ways around that. There's really no good way of actually, like there's no good catch-all solution to them. It's one of the reasons I actually like Trick Room teams. Is because there is no like single win button against them outside of shenanigans like Speed Swap. Which, that is a very high level specialized play, but I do not recommend for everyone because again, it's very, very, very niche. But I have very fond memories of Speed Swap shenanigans. Yeah. Pokemon home hunting is like shiny hunting in Wonder Trade. Ooh, Ribbon! Ooh, Snorunt the Cloudy. Okay. Okay, I'll take this. I'll keep this one. You are going to be exchanged for our other Snorunt. Because the other Snorunt doesn't have a mark. Actually, I will look between you and the Glalie. Figure out which one of you I want. And then the other's going to get binned for the giveaway bin. I love how I just saw the shiny one like that. That was delightful. I thought it was a shiny Bergmite. The amount of times I've mistakenly seen a Bergmite, thought it was a shiny Snorunt, and seen a shiny Snorunt and thought it was a Bergmite, I've lost count. Because yes, those two have been interchangeable. But again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You wonderful viewers. But yeah, today's just the day of blue shinies. The blue shiny day. You know what? I'm actually going to rename it to Blue Shiny Hunt Day. Blue shiny hunting. Yeah, I guess we can go for blue shinies. Like, I guess we just start making our way over to the Houndour spawn location. So we can go get the Darky, good boy. There we go. If I somehow manage to find another shiny Hisuian Zorua, I am going to absolutely flip my lid. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be great if it does. Also, I guess this is where I should hunt my shiny Nacli. Like, hunt my shiny Reclaim Nacli. Because for those who don't know, I actually failed a shiny Nacli a good long time ago. And it was painful. So actually, let me write this down here. So, for my future Reclaim hunt. Alright. South Tip Glacidio MTN Nacli Reclaim. There we go. Because I'm pretty sure you only find Nacli and Knucklestack here if you do a rock sandwich. Because like some of the other areas where you can hunt them, there are like Garganacl, which would cause spawn interference. So I already have the shiny Garganacl, so I don't need it. Screamtail is fairy. Yes, Screamtail is fairy psychic. It is Mewtwo if it was absorbed. Hello, Zeddy! Can someone please go grab Zeddy Boy's link? how is Zed? Also, Zed, topic I actually wanted to ask you about something. Have you been following the Elite Battle League? Because I was gonna say, if you enjoy battling, I think you would enjoy the Elite Battle League. I can DM you some more details, but basically it is a Sword and Shield. It's Sword and Shield for the next season. Going to be moving into Scarlet Violet in Season 7. Basically just a battle league between a bunch of the content creators, and I feel like you would enjoy it. But how are you doing, Zeddy? You missed my complete mental breakdown after we got our second mega under odds shiny Hisuian Zorua, and then like immediately after we got a shiny shiny Snorunt with no sandwich on that also was marked. So it was like super everything going well. Screamtail's weaknesses. Screamtail is weak to Ghost, Poison, and Steel. Yeah, Psychic Fairy has a couple awkward weaknesses to deal with. I'm glad you're doing well, Zed. Also, apologies if like there's a big gap between me reading your messages and responding. There's like a 15-second latency. I don't know how my latencies used to be like 3 seconds. I don't know how they got so messed up. Maybe it's with me switching back and forth between OBS and Streamlabs OBS. It kind of messes with things. Home Wells, Mark. No, yeah, Mark No Sandwich Cloudy. Is home connected? No, home is not connected to Scarlet Violet yet. Hello there, Omar. We were actually just talking about Screamtail. How are you doing, our good buddy, Mr. Omar? Destroy... Not yet. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that it hasn't been... Yes, it gets Ice Punch. But yes, so, Zed, what would your thoughts on the Elite Battle League be, potentially joining? Because I kind of want to... Because like, there's a lot of people in the EBL that are going to be retiring this series of EBL. And I kind of like, let's find some other, like, awesome people who like battling. Let's see if we can get some new blood in here. Because I remember it was, like, Landon and Foos, the ones that introduced me to it. And I was like, I love this place. It's so fun. But yeah, now we're just going to go shiny hunting Houndoom. Because that was the goal. When we got Zorua, I was like, okay, we'll finish the Zorua hunt and then we'll go there. I'm honestly surprised that we still haven't gotten home compatibility yet. Because I think the latest home is going to run, like the latest the non-compatible with home is going to run, is going to be like the first week of April. We're 2 weeks into April and still no home compatibility. I can DM you some more info about it, Zed, but I think you would love it. But yeah, it's more of a casual thing, like, you know, it's obviously, you know, for fun, you know, us, the battle and everything like that. And a lot of the guys in, like, I've just become, like, great friends because of a lot of them. Like, it's how I got better friends with Sly, how I got better friends with Timmy, met Jakey XY. And it's great. It's, like, a great, great league. Yeah, Screamtail gets, like, everything. It gets fake tears, it gets, like, Screech, it gets, like, all the good stuff. It's a top-tier support mod. And it is adorable. On top of all of that. It's a little ball of delight and terror. It's Screamtail. It's Mewtwo Ball. It is spherical. I love how, like, Spheal isn't in the game, but they added in a suitably adorable spherical Pokemon. It's spherical. Spherical! There we go. He's got a ping in the thing. Hello there, Oma. Yeah, I also would love home compatibility. I'm still surprised we don't have it yet. Yes, everyone shows some love to Zed Games, the wonderful Zeddy. We love Zed. How have your playthroughs of, like, your Legend of Zelda games been going? I've been noticing you've been playing that. I haven't been in your Majora's Mask streams because I'm planning on playing Majora's Mask myself, and it's like, I kind of want to be surprised. Like, I know the broad strokes of Majora's Mask, but I want to be, like, surprised at all, like, the little idiosyncrasies and, like, not know how to solve all the puzzles when I do my playthrough of it. But just know, like, I go in, like, and just, like, hide the tab. Because I don't want to be spoiled on things. The game has been out 4 months. 6 months, I think? Though, to be fair, one thing they probably learned when they added in home compatibility for Sword and Shield was they added in home compatibility very early on in Sword and Shield's life cycle, and there was a little bit of dissatisfaction with how quickly they added in, like, people liked the compatibility, but also brought in a lot of things that people just, like, were obnoxious competitively. And I think it's their way of trying to keep some of the more problematic Pokemon out of competitive. Also, so we can't just bring in things like Zacian and Sword Doggo and just bash every Terra raid into oblivion with it. Hello, they're definitely not Alan. Yeah, the new Tears of the Kingdom trailer looks really cool. The only thing that kind of worries me about Tears of the Kingdom is how complex the game is. Like, the game looks amazing. But my one worry is that, you know, like, the fusing the different arrows, like, the fusing things onto the arrows, and, you know, using that, and, like, my worry is, like, if we're gonna get shrines, again, are they gonna make, like, shrines super intricate to need to use all of those abilities in, like, really, really, really complex ways? And all of that hurts my brain. I feel for you, Alan. I crossed the 600 shiny hunt Ho-Oh DAs. Yeah, for those who don't know, I've been doing my Ho-Oh Dynamax adventures off screen because they're not fun to do in the stream anymore. And I hit 610. So we've been going for a long time on Ho-Oh. We have not been nearly going as long as Alan, where he is at 2,250 at this point for Mewtwo? Yeah, 22 times over odds most likely at this point. This man needs moral support. This legend of a man is suffering. Yeah, I feel like there's gotta be some limit to the fusing. Yeah, though one of my friends, Echo, this is someone who, like, this is the guy that whenever I, like, want to, like, talk about games, like, he's someone who knows far more about games than I could ever hope to do. So, like, he's the guy I go to talk about stuff when it comes to games, and he said he isn't sure if we even will get a thing like shrines in this game. Which, like, I will be beyond happy if they do not have shrines in Tears of the Kingdom, because my one real issue with shrines back in, of course, Breath of the Wild was, after a while, a lot of them do start repeating the same things again. Where it's like, okay, this shrine does the same puzzle, basically, as, these 3 other shrines. Which is the same puzzle as one of the Divine Beasts. So it's kind of like you're breaking down, essentially it's like we take the same puzzle and do a smaller version of it in, like, 4 shrines, and then they repeat that for all the times. That's one of the reasons why I actually really like the major, like, that's the reason I love the Test of Strength ones, which, amusingly, the Test of Strength shrines are the most hated of the shrines by the wider community. But I love them, because I enjoy them. I enjoy the fight ones, because, like, I guess it's more of, I like that the Test of Strength shrines, they're upfront about, yeah, you go in, you fight a thing, and you beat it. It's no overcomplicated, it's a puzzle or whatever. I'm fine with that. Where, with like, the shrines, the puzzle shrines, I guess I should say, they kind of fake you out into thinking, like, it's a big puzzle, but when it ends up being it's the same puzzle as something you've done 3 other times, that kind of is a bit of a killjoy. So it's like, I guess it's more a thing of, I don't mind that it's just being us like, yeah, no, we're not actually making you solve a puzzle. You've already solved it 3 times. It's just punch a thing in the face until it dies. And I like that. Though another... Yeah, Zed, you're the same thing with I am. You're the same way. I love it. But yeah, for me, it was more a thing of, don't fake me out into thinking it's actually a puzzle when it's the same puzzle again. Whereas the test of strength ones, they're honest about it's just fight things. I'm okay with this. But an issue of where shrines ended up repeating themselves a lot, I think stemmed from the fact that both Breath of the Wild has the most heart containers of any Legend of Zelda game. You have 30 heart containers in the game. And it isn't just, the insane number of heart containers you have. It's also the fact that your shrines feed into your stamina vessels. So you need to have enough shrines to cover all of your stamina vessels, all of your heart containers, -3. So, just having that extra row of hearts, that's an extra 40 shrines right there they need it. So, I think an issue was that there were so many things that they needed to do with shrines, they ended up needing to reuse. Because there were so many shrines, they couldn't take the time to give them all more interesting and diverse puzzles, because they needed to make 120 of them. Really more like 80 of them, because one of my friends, we said, you had to low both like 40 of them are just test of strength ones. And then, the blessing and test of strength ones in total, like lumped together, is like 40 of them. So there's about 80 actual puzzles. But then on top of the 80 puzzles, you have like only like 8 or so different tools to actually solve those puzzles, maybe even less than those 8 tools to actually solve puzzles with. So you're gonna end up reusing a lot of the same ideas just intrinsically. And I think that's one of the... I think that is one of the weaknesses of Breath of the Wild, was tying your stamina vessels and your heart containers into shrines. Whereas before, your heart containers were a byproduct of just like doing side quests. Like you could go find... A reward for side quests was you get a piece of heart. You find pieces of heart scattered throughout the world. And that was a very good way of doing that. By co-opting the pieces of heart into just shrines, you take away the side quest pieces of heart, and you take away the overworld find pieces of heart, meaning you need to now further make larger number of shrines to get all of the heart containers. And I feel that, again, like the excess, like I appreciate the formula change they did, but changing the heart containers from that I think was definitely not a good decision. Because side quests in Breath of the Wild really are just like, here's some rupees, like here's some rupees, here's like a few food items for a few things. It's not, here's a piece of heart, which was like a really good, a piece of heart was like a really good reward. But other than that, like if they could... They will need to do something about the heart pieces, though, like, because if they go back to the old system of, like, pieces of heart scattered around the world, that would be good. Like, that's great. Because, like, the one weakness... Wait, how many hearts are in total about the world? 30. There are 30 hearts. In total, you can have 30 hearts in Breath of the Wild. But you cannot have full heart containers and full stamina at the same time. If you have the DLC, you are always missing 2. So you can have maximum heart containers, but you're missing 2 stamina vessels. Or you can have maximum stamina vessels, but you're always missing 2 heart containers. There's a lot. Again, that's a bit of a byproduct of having there be so many heart containers, where, again, if you just took out, 10 heart containers, made it down to the more standard Legend of Zelda 20 heart containers, that immediately is 40 shrines you do not need to have anymore. That cuts out a third of all the shrines. Yeah, I like just randomly coming close. Yeah, see, like, and this is one of the things that as more info about Tears of the Kingdom is being released, that a lot more people are kind of gravitating over to now, is Breath of the Wild was a great game. There's nothing disputing that, like, Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game. But the worry is that Breath of the Wild is like going to become the new status quo, where like you're not gonna have overworld heart pieces anymore. You're not gonna have side quest heart pieces anymore. Essentially, Breath of the Wild is gonna become the new status quo, and a lot of the classic Zelda elements that people have liked are kind of gonna go by the wayside. Is the worry, and this is kind of where this was something I was saying about Breath of the Wild for years, is as a game, Breath of the Wild is fantastic, but it's a weakness in it's the kind of game that stands out because it is unique, because there is no other Breath of the Wild like member of the Legend of Zelda family so far for the series. It's a huge breath of fresh air in the same vein that like Legends Arceus was for us as players. But if that becomes the new status quo, the novelty will begin to wear off very, very quickly, and we're not going to be as impacted time and time again by these games. And that's one thing that I said about Breath of the Wild like day one. The reason why like it punches so hard, you know, emotionally, like it stands out so much, is because it's something new. If more games ended up following in the same vein, the novelty will wear off, and people will want to go back to the classics because a lot of the flaws begin to become a bit more apparent. This is a bit of an interesting thing about gamers and just like, well, as, you know, just media consumers in general. When something is new and it revolutionizes a series, the negative aspects of that installment are frequently downplayed or outright ignored, because we don't want to say anything, like either deliberately we don't want to say anything bad about these new things for fear that they will stop doing these newer stuff like this, or like just you are not allowing yourself to acknowledge there are flaws with it. And if more games like Breath of the Wild came out, you know, if say we got, you know, like 3-4 games like Breath of the Wild, a lot of the flaws in the Breath of the Wild formula would start becoming more apparent, and we would acknowledge them more often. I have no idea who Point Crow is, Jared. And that's one thing about Breath of the Wild I was saying for the longest time is, it's a great game, but it's a game that is basically putting itself on a timer, where you can only do so many things like Breath of the Wild before the tiredness people have of, like, you know, the older Zelda games is going to start affecting Breath of the Wild, and they're going to crave the older games. So it's a bit of an interesting sort of conundrum. Like, how do you balance the innovation and the newness of something like Breath of the Wild with wanting to keep in line those older aspects? You know, it's a bit of a balancing act that the game is going to have a bit of a hard time with. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we get, though. Lose a quarter health from them. What's max heart? Gonna be me doing wind bombs. Then go lose a quarter heart from health. Of course, Mudkip. So who is Point Crow? Again, like, I think I mentioned this a few times, like, I am, like, frequently completely oblivious to, like, other creators. Welcome back to that, dude. Welcome back. Yeah, no, I have no idea what that is, Jared. You're kind of going to need to explain a little. So continuing Lost of the Vivo in the Scar VOT event. Yeah, but the thing is, like, what is the team so far? Like, that's kind of the important thing, that, dude, is, like, what is the team looking like at present? And what are, like, your thoughts or for, like, certain weakness points? Because This is one thing that I know from my experience when it came to battling, is a refusal to use, like, certain things, like, you know, not wanting to use Trick Room. That is a big weakness. Like, it's a bit similar to back when I was playing, you know, more, you know, back when Sword and Shield was new, and the metagame of that was still ongoing. One major weakness I had was I refused to take Togekiss off my teams. I would always use Togekiss on my lineups. This was eventually a big weakness where I eventually had to acknowledge, like, I need to stop using Togekiss on every team. It is starting to be a huge problem. Orja Short is a Twitch streamer who plays a lot of Breath of the Wild speeds. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know that because I don't really watch Breath of the Wild stuff. Hello, Alan. Welcome in. I can get you a Cyndaquil later, Alan. Also, guys, again, if you haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. We've so far gotten a shiny Hisuian Zorua Mega Under Odds and another shiny Snorunt, which is going to be given away in the giveaway. Goldengo, Iron Hands, Hydreigon, Amoonguss, and Sylvan. It's a pretty solid team so far. So that's what that's 5 Pokemon so far. Unfortunately, a lot of very slow Pokemon. You don't really have much of a way of speed control. Which is why I said, like, you might want some Trick Room for that. But yeah, if you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Shiny giveaway is going to be in 2 weeks. So if you guys want to get entered for that, you got to leave a like and subscribe. All videos are fair use and abided by Nintendo's own content policy. The appeal, Nintendo responded with copyright strike for those videos. Take it down. Wow. You can get Hisuian Zorua from the pre-order thing. What was it? Yeah, by pre-ordering the expansion pass. Oh, right, you can't pause when you're on the cliffs. When you pre-order the expansion pass, I have not pre-ordered it yet. One of my friends traded me a Hisuian Zorua because they ordered it already. You are given a Hisuian Zorua, and then you can breed that to give Hisuian Zorua to other people. Though the Hisuian Zorua or Hisuian Zoroark that are sent need to be holding an Everstone in order for the eggs to contain a Hisuian Zorua. Otherwise, they will hatch as a regular standard Zorua. Now, I can give you a Zorua as well. Yeah, I'd recommend something for either Trick Room setup or Tailwind, but I'm leaning on you might want either Tailwind or Trick Room. Icy Wind is also a good thing. Okay. Yeah, the way that you get the Hisuian Zorua eggs is you have the Hisuian Zoroark holding an Everstone. Otherwise, all of the eggs will come out as a regular Zorua. That's the way that regional variant breeding works. This is one of the things that I have well drilled into my brain, because I do a lot of competitive, and there's a lot of ins and outs of competitive breeding that I sort of tangentially cover. Like, oh, so Everstone passes down in nature, but it also passes down regional status for a regional variant. Yeah, Point Croton, another Breath of the Wild streamer. Some videos claimed, and was even modded, which is fun challenge. Least can't remember the team. I mean, I would say, the thing is, like, Sylveon is a bit of a budget Flutter main, so I'd recommend probably swapping that out, which would give you some more speed power. But again, this is a bit more of a thing where, like, depends on the IV spread, the EV spread, the natures, the movesets, that kind of all feeds into stuff like that. Especially with Terra types now being a thing, full team knowledge is a bit more of an essential thing rather than just like this thing, this thing, this thing. Because before, you know, without Terra typings, it was a bit easier to make spot removals like that. But now with Terra types, there's a big more interplay between these. Like, I remember I would like running things like a grass type Armarouge to get around things like not effects spore, to get around things like Rage Powder or Spore using. I can get you a Flutter Mane on my Scarlet version if you need. Remember, I have both games. I can just go catch a Flutter Mane. Yeah, where's my Scarlet version? Where's my Scarlet version? Where is it? Because let's go. Where the heck is my Scarlet version? Ah, there it is. Yes. Remember, I got Scarlet too. I got both. I got the double pack. So if you need, I can go get you a. I can get you a Flutter Mane. So I pretty much need to go on to my Scarlet anyway in order to do the Typhlosion Terror Raid. No egg. Yeah. Yeah. I got both games. One of the perks of having both games, I can do that. Though it is a little awkward to trade stuff to myself, because I need to trade it to a friend of mine to trade it back to me, rather than just deposit in home, which is going to be much more beneficial when home comes out. Yeah. Yeah, I know how annoying it can be to get stuff from one game when it is a version exclusive. Yeah, just DM me a list of what the paradoxes you need are, if you have any of them, and I can get you those. Always happy to help. But again, guys, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But yeah, I gotta go do some stuff on my Scarlet version anyway. I need to get a few things organized on that. But I still gotta get my Typhlosion. I still need to go check on a few things. But for the most part, I do like exclusively play this. I will be doing a couple raids on that. Okay, so you have none of them. All right. That dude needs all past paradox. There we go. I can do that. There we go. Yeah, tomorrow is also going to be our designated Breath of the Wild stream day. That's going to be fun. I think tomorrow we might actually finish, like, I mean, depending on what we still need to do, like, if all we need to do in Breath of the Wild then is just keep working on the Hyrule Compendium, or, well, I mean, we can still hunt all the monsters down. So I can just go hunt down all of the necessary monsters. But other than that, yeah, it's not going to be too, yeah, so really all it is just hunt down the last remaining couple of monsters. Because the Hyrule Compendium and upgrading all the gear, that's really just rupees at that point for that's just rupee grinding at that point. Which is just going to be, okay, me going into my inventory and just selling all of my Guardian parts. Well, Guardian and Lionel parts I don't need. So I guess, like, that's really more of what that thing is. It'll depend. I'll go and check everything, because I'm pretty sure I only need, like, 3 Taluses left to go kill for the Medal of Honor. And then, again, the rest of it is just upgrading all of my armors. And then again, it's just literally throwing rupees at the Hyrule Compendium to finish that. So depending on how much we have left, I might honestly just like do some more Pokemon tomorrow. But it does depend on how everything goes. It'll be good though. It will be delightful. Still working on our Shiny Living Dex, because we still do have the Shiny Living Dex to do Shiny Living Dex things. Yeah, I know, Mudkip, the music. The music. Wait, so, I've asked this before, but what is it about that song that, like, everyone kind of loses their mind over? Because I didn't really find the song too good. So really, what is it about the song that's kind of, like, important? Because I never really understood it. Is like the song is made by, like, a fan? So I don't really follow. When it comes to that song, at least. So like a little explanation kind of would be a little beneficial. She ran away. Oh, that's dark, Mudkip. I like it. I approve of that, Mudkip. I very approve. Come for the shiny hunting and suffering. Stay for the dark humor. I mean, that I knew. That's the reason why I muted it. Was like, I knew about the copyright thing. Like, well, I mean, it's like, people, like, when I say, like, freak for, I mean, like, they love the song, essentially. It's like essentially it's more like the song itself rather than, like, the copyright thing is more so what I'm talking about. Because I hear people saying, like, a lot of, like, positive stuff about the song, but I don't really get it myself, I guess, is probably the better question. Like, because it seems people like the song itself, rather than, like, the copyright thing, which, again, the copyright thing is its own sort of can of wormhole. So, yeah, that's not a thing that's entertaining. I guess tomorrow, depending on, depending on how much we have left to do in Breath of the Wild, we could just do a Poipo Shiny Hunt. Because I would like to get back to the Poipo Shiny Hunt. Because I think that what I'm going to be doing is, for, like, the second Poipo, I just hope that when they add Poipo into this game, you can actually Shiny Hunt it and decide the Pokeball you want on it. Because I would love a Beast Ball Shiny Poipo. That's all I want. Because I freaking love Poipo, and I love the Beast Ball, and I want a Beast Ball Shiny Poipo. But we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. But, in the end, we still get good stuff. I don't care, I work for the French translation. Okay, I know that like, Ubisoft is notorious for its insane credits. They include the credits for, like, everywhere in the Ubisoft games. I'll probably need some more Beast Balls in the future. Just let me play the game. I think there's a way to skip it. I mean, I know in Kirby games you can actually skip the credits, which is, like, one of the things about Kirby games I love. Because for those who don't know, I've actually been replaying Kirby Planet Robobot off-screen. Because I've been sort of doing that to, like, mentally psych myself up for finally getting around to playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Once a certain upload series finishes and I can delete all those videos off of my computer, then I will be finally able to start on Metroid and finally able to start on Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Because one of the main issues is I still have all this stuff on my computer I need to keep in the databanks for a while until it goes up. Then, I can get rid of it. Some unfinished team. A Dragon, Iron Hands. No form of speed control, that's one big thing. You need a little bit of speed control on there, your team is a little slow. Goldengo, Hydreigon, Iron Hands. Some members might be fun. Those look pretty good. Though again, weakness overlap can be a little bit of an issue. But that seems solid. Okay, Hydreigon's got Tailwind. Okay. Well, that's not an AV. That's not AV1. Okay. Yeah, granted, I was always very partial to AV Hydreigon, so, like, that's a fair point. I didn't even consider that. No, Home cannot connect to Scarlet Violet yet. Remember, the Zorua was from the pre-order thing. But we actually finished the Hisuian Zoroark hunt. We got both of our shinies for it. So again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. When we finish all these eggs, we're actually just gonna go and shiny hunt Houndoom. That's kind of the plan for after this, is we just go shiny hunting Houndoom. Yeah, I kind of blank on the fact that Hydreigon gets Tailwind, since I would always run a 4 attacking move Hydreigon, because I just love slapping an Assault Vest on it. Because you're generally dealing with Fairy type moves, and like the Fairy moves like Dazzling Gleam or Sylveon Hyper Voice, and the Assault Vest with the split damage lets you survive that. That's actually not surprising, Mudkip. A lot of my friends that have played Pokemon have actually said that when they look over their playthrough teams, ground types do a lot to them, which makes sense, because ground hits 5 typings for super effective damage. Unlike fighting, which hits, you know, normal as one of them, which also hits 5, but like it hits normal, which doesn't count. What next special way do you think? Well, it's gonna be a Generation 4 or Generation 3 Pokemon. I'm thinking if it's gonna be a Gen 5 game. Not Gen 5. I think it's gonna be if the next level 7 raid boss is gonna be a Sinnoh Pokemon. So a Sinnoh starter, I think it's gonna be Infernape. If it is Gen 3, I think it's probably going to be Blaziken. Hello there, Anti-Chad. Welcome in. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Subscribing gets you guys entered for that shiny giveaway we're going to be doing in 2 weeks. Well, more like a week and a half, I guess, at this point. But yes, so 2 shinies already gotten so far. Shiny Snorunt, which is going to go for the giveaway, and our second shiny Hisuian Zoroark. Hopefully we can get another shiny before the end of these eggs, but I doubt it. But once that is finished, we're going to be moving on to shiny hunting Houndoom. If we get the Houndoom, like, quickly, we're going to move on to, I don't even know what else next. Actually, probably going to go on to Gumshoes. Because I know that in that cave you can find Gumshoes. So Garchomp and Moongus, Hydreigon, Fluttermane, Arcanine, and Iron. Ooh, that's a fun team. I'm very fond of Garchomp, Hydreigon pair-ups. I love those. The only issue that I could see potentially with that is, like, what do you do with the Goldengo? Because a lot of your stuff does get hit by Earthquake. They had Iron Hands on there. Oh, you swapped out that. Why do you mean by that, Anti-Chad? Don't worry, that's one of the reasons why we have a shiny compilation that we do every month. I think for Gen 4, but also Sceptile is quite popular, I think. The thing is, all of the Generation 3 starters are super duper popular, but I think of them all, Blaziken is the one that, like, narrowly edges out the popularity one most. Like, again, it's a really hard thing to say, because they're all super popular. I would not be surprised by any of the ones that they do. Like, they could do, you know, Swampert, Blaziken, or Sceptile. I would not be surprised at the one they pick. They're all really, really popular. But with the other gens, there is one starter that is generally more popular than the others by a pretty significant margin. And that's why those are like a bit more clear-cut. I'm not helping you right now. Oh, yeah, right. Gita asked you to go do stuff. The good thing is you don't even have to do it. You just immediately go to Shiny Hunt Roaring Moon. But yes. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Or like Goldengo, Hydreigon, Amoonguss, Fluttermane, Arcanine, Iron Hands. I feel like Garchomp should still be in there. Because Garchomp can actually one-shot Garchomp can one-shot Goldengo. I believe you need Adamant Garchomp. I believe you need an Adamant Garchomp to actually one-shot Goldengo in doubles. I think. Again, also items kind of depend on what everything is going to be using. I generally wouldn't run a Goldengo without a support Murkrow to haze away your Make It Rain debuffs. Also, me, favorite friends are doing a draft lock. I've done before again. We picked any gen 1 through 3 for Swarm, Legenders of Band, and then we put them in a run. Interesting. That sounds fun. We're gonna hope the Sinnoh 7 star is gonna be Torterra, so I can name it Polnareff. Okay, can you explain the name that the nickname Polnareff? Is that the JoJo reference, or is it like an unrelated thing also named Polnareff? Because I never got confirmation on like where that name origin comes from. So I always must know what the nickname origins are. I must know nicknames. And then we race with him. Fun. Yeah, I mean, I think they're eventually gonna do all of the starters from all the games. What do you mean, anti? The shiny sound effect? There's no shiny sound effect that plays normally when, there's no shiny sound effect that plays, like, around the world. But when you go into battle, there is, like, a special audio cue. You might want to, like, turn the volume up. Yeah, that little ching ching. That's what plays when a shiny pops up. In battle. When you are in the overworld, the shinies do not make any special audio cue. That is a change from Legends. Mayonnaise. Mousehold. Probably one of my least favorite Pokemon they've added just because I get sick of Population Bomb. There are a few moves I detest entirely. Side Strike is one of them. Population Bomb is another move I utterly despise. Yeah, Legends, there was an audio cue when they're in the overworld. In this game, they took that out. Likely because the way people are shiny hunted in Legends, they climb to the top of the biggest damn mountain they could find, hop on Hisuian Braviary, and just make circles. They just wait for the audio cue to pop up and look for the shiny sparkles on things. They don't actually shiny hunt by looking for the Pokemon, which is why they removed the sparkly aura around the Pokemon when they're shiny, and the audio cue. Also, they nerfed flying into Oblivion, why now it's just like you just drop off ridiculously fast. Alright, we picked our starters. For Pokemon, I have Sceptile and Swellow, Swampert and Flygon, Feraligatr and Gengar. I feel like Swampert Flygon is a powered pair-up, but if Freeze Dry exists, they're gonna get wrecked. That's a little bit problematic. Garchomp and the Goldengo. That sounds like a good team, actually, though. The only worry is, I guess Annihilape could be a little problematic, but, like, it's Annihilape. It's one of the best Pokemon in just the entirety of VGC here. So that being a problem is just not a shock at all. Although Fluttermane can be a little bit problematic. But again, it's Fluttermane. Which is one thing, like, I'm starting to use things like, Scizor a bit more. Because, like, oh yeah, you know, Scizor, Bullet Punch. I'm pretty sure a Scizor Bullet Punch vaporizes a, let me actually go check that. Because, like, I'm pretty sure a Scizor Bullet Punch vaporizes Fluttermane. Because I know that you, like, chunk out most of a Galarian Darmanitan's HP. And Galarian Darm has a lot of health. Like, for being a glass cannon, Galarian Darm actually has, like, a stupidly high amount of HP. Alright, let me go check this. Also, you guys are seeing, like, the reflection of the light on my computer, and I hate it. Alright. I wish we had a dark mode, the showdown damage calculator. Some chance. Okay. Adamant, ability, Technician, into Bullet Punch, Adamant 252 into Fluttermane. Yeah, Fluttermane just gets straight vaporized by Bullet Punch. But the caveat to that is most every Fluttermane runs Focus Sash, so slight problem. My third pick is gonna be Shedinja. Yeah, that's actually pretty. That's clever. Uncle Dango, Father, Mouse Hold. One of these. I'm not sure any of these are shiny. Is this one? Maybe. That one does look darker. That one does look a little darker than the others. I guess we can go check all of them. I'm not sure if they are shiny though. Yeah, I don't think they're shiny, but let's go check. Let's go check with Volcarona. Have Volcarona just delete them all. The one thing I like about the Let's Go Battle feature is you can just use it to delete stuff. Volcarona! There's Beckman. Extra work at Splatoon 3. Nice! I haven't actually done the Splatoon thing yet. Main board like a Swellow, Gyarados. Nice. It's a good combo. It's a very good pair up. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I think there was I'm pretty sure there is a video for like a command for it, but it's not popping up for some reason. But if you go into videos, Stephanie, it will appear there. Yeah, if you go into our videos, it will be the second most recent video we posted. So that is where the counter video is. Again, it's not appearing for some reason, like a link. Yeah, that was not a shiny Tauros. That was not a sparkly Paldean Tauros. Again, Paldean Tauros barely changes. But welcome in Ash. One of the mods, please go grab Ash's link. How are you doing, Ash? Thank you for popping in. Yeah, the bonus extra work is today. No Mudkip. No. Yeah, and that's what I mean by I said that, dude, is there is a big latency. I'm doing fantastic, Ash. Got 2 shinies so far today. We got our other shiny Hisuian Zorua super under odds. We got it, like, within the first 20 minutes of starting the stream. And then we got another shiny, Snorunt, which is going in the giveaway bin. So, that was pretty good. Roughly 50. But, I mean, we've been getting purged into insanity, Ash. Like, we were at almost 1,960, like, 2 away from that. So we got, like, we got 1,957 earlier today. And then we just got purged into insanity, dropping down to 1,950. So we lost, like, 7 today. Like, the purge algorithm has been a huge pain in the butt lately. But that is the way the YouTube algorithm works. Which is why it is very important for you, wonderful viewers, to like, subscribe, share things out, and let everyone know what we're doing around here. It's a good item for Garchomp, man. I don't think Band is too good on Garchomp, at least, like, in this game. I think a better item, I don't even know. I guess, like, a Yacht Berry would probably be good, or, like, Clear Amulet. I mean, I think Clear Amulet might be better for it, because that way you don't, excuse me, that way you don't need to deal with, like, Intimidate, you don't need to deal with Icy Wind users. Yeah, it's just a thing that YouTube does. It's the purge algorithm. Again, that's the reason why, like, I do have, like, the harping on, sharing things out, because that happens a lot, and especially happens, like, the more you reach, like, increments of, like, 50, and, like, increments of 50, 110, it does that very frequently, especially if you get a lot in one day, they will purge stuff, which is a little problematic. But I'm doing very, very well, Ash. I'm doing very delightful. Oh yeah, then the screen all goes blue. The screen goes, like, freak out mode. But yeah, when we finish up with these eggs, we're gonna go Houndoom. And if we get the Houndoom quickly, I'll be honestly legitimately shocked. But this is gonna be Blue Shiny Hunt Day. So if we finish the Houndoom for some reason, we're gonna go hunt the. I guess I don't even need to hunt Rockruff, because actually I do not Rock. I do need to shiny hunt Rockruff. But we are gonna go hunting in the Blue Shiny. What's in the Blue Shiny? I mean, I guess if we get both of them, we just end. If we get the Hound, I guess we just like end off. I don't know, again, like, it's a weird thing of being in this, like, place of I know what I want to hunt, but also I don't know what I want to hunt. It's weird. It's kind of like the issue of shiny hunting is you slowly lose your mind when it comes to everything. So, I mean, later today, I'm just going to breed up a whole bunch of eggs for Cyndaquil to get hunting Cyndaquil tomorrow. Well, actually, no, well, tomorrow we're probably going to be hunting Poipole, depending on how things go. Again, I'll check my Breath of the Wild stuff. I'll check my BOTW things. Depending on how many we still actually need to go hunt, that will decide how things go tomorrow. Again, if we don't need to hunt that many things, we can just go over to Poipole Shiny Hunt. But I would like to Shiny Hunt Poipole again. I would like to finish the Poipole Hunt. Well, we'll probably get through not a whole lot of Poipole encounters, because, like, it's soft resetting for Poipole. Not very quick. But it is a decent thing. Yes. What's the plan? Stop with the encounters. Then I'll intimidate. You. Boxes. Boxes, boxes everywhere, and not a one to release. Delete. Yeah, I'm honestly glad to have one of these hunts that didn't take super long. Who knows, though, when another one is going to take long. Again, Froakie. Froakie was a shiny hunt that sucked. Still sucks, because we still haven't gotten the Froakie yet. I hope we get that shiny quickly. Well, we get the other two quickly, because, like, we're already 5 times over odds and only have one of them so far. So, it's going to be less than enjoyable getting that one. Less than enjoyable that one. Okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. Yeah, now this should get us to have our re-rolled auction house encounters. No, well, not auction house. Auction house purchases. Because now it is a new day. Come on, give me an apricorn ball. Is your claw? Really? That's like the same exact thing we had before. I actually have. I have before, actually, that dude. One, about 3.5 years ago, Richmond, Virginia. Richmond Regionals Ultra Series, November 5th, 2019. That was a day that legitimately changed my life. And I will not go into detail about it, because it's kind of an emotionally heavy topic, and not one that is for a light and comedic series such as this. That is a thing that I will probably be going over at a later date in more. I mean, I've gone over, like, that... Well, I mean, I've gone over the event behind it before, but I haven't gone over, like, why specifically that regional meant so much before. So, it's kind of one that I don't really like talking about all that much in, like, typical streams. For reasons. But yes, like, regionals are wonderful. If you can, I recommend going. They are a legitimately life-changing experience. I mean, it was more of, like, just the point I was just emotionally in my life, and, like, just, like, seeing all the people there was, like, a really, really good perspective thing that I needed. But, like, the people there are just super nice. You tell me the experience only goes between upgrade. I mean, again, it was something that was, like, very much unique to the specific headspace I was in at the time. It had nothing to really do with, like, the actual battling itself. Well, I mean, outside of, like, I went there to win, but it was, like, as I went there, it was, like, this is why I love this series. It isn't about just winning. It's about having fun and, like, just meeting new people. You know, I mean, yeah, the competitions are competition, but, you know, it did help me, like, be pulled back and was like, just enjoy the experience. So again, it's a hard thing to really put into words, but it's one of those things where, like, when you go there and you have those experiences, they understand. Again, it's just not an easy thing to, like, put into words how it works, just, like, how it is to affect people. Again, it's hard to explain. Very hard to explain. But it is a wonderful experience. Boxes. Kind of surprised how fast everything went with this. I mean, again, oh yay, another zero attack IV1. Now that it matters, you're no longer necessary. You are no longer necessary, zero attack IV1s. Yeah, 15 eggs left. God, this feels so satisfying. Having so many eggs left, getting through all of them, and not needing to go batch hatch them off stream. That is satisfaction. That is delightful satisfaction. So let's get moving. Continuing our shiny hunt. Gotta figure out though what. So Fluttermane tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That should work out. Okay. Yeah, again, I should be able to get, like, all the paradoxes. Because I did have a Fluttermane in here. However, my one spare Fluttermane I already gave to someone else. So I don't have a spare one in this game anymore. Because the only Fluttermane I have in this game now is my shiny. Which, that is never getting traded away. I love that thing. Oh yeah, right, the extra things tonight. I'll probably be doing it. I'll probably be doing it a little bit after stream, Mudkip. So just send me a DM, like, after stream ends. Because we're probably gonna only do, like, one sandwich for the Houndoom. It doesn't have Focus Blast. The moves that the Typhlosion has are Play Rough, Earthquake, Eruption, Shadow Ball, and Sunny Day. So if you're going to use anything, I recommend using a Chi-Yu. Having the Chi-Yu built with a very high amount of HP, max attack, and then like 20 EVs in defense, and make sure it has Reflect. You should be good for a solo with that, because that's what people have been using. They've been using the Chi-Yu to solo it. Because, like, but you need Reflect on it. You need high HP, high special attack, and I think you only set up one nasty plot before hitting it with Dark Pulses. But, like, the Shell Bell and the Reflect is critical, because those Earthquakes are problematic. Yeah, they were jerks with this moveset. They were very much jerks. And I kind of like that, but at the same time, it does not bode well for future raids. Because again, they can continue to be jerks with the counter movesets. Granted, again, this was more like a problem of typing, where it's like, yeah, every single dark type in the game gets absolutely bodied by those moves. Which is why I'm wondering, like, what they would give the other ones. Like, I think that, like, it'll be interesting seeing what the future raids have. Yes, that Chi-Yu is what people have been using to solo it. I know Beacon of Nick did his soloed it yesterday on his stream. And I actually soloed it with Chi-Yu myself earlier today. That was how I got mine. It takes a little bit of finagling at times, but it does work. But yeah, Chi-Yu is very, very good for it. I think it might depend a little bit on your NPCs, like your ally NPCs. Like if they have like an Intimidate Star after, then also like it really, really goes. I think you do need a little bit of defense. So like I think it's like 1 iron worth of defense, maximum special attack, and then the rest is HP, and I think that's all you need for it. But you need Nasty Plot, and you need Dark Pulse, and you need Reflect. And you need the Shell Bell as a held item. And that is what works. Oh, down. Oh, Fampy. I think this is gonna be our oh, no, there's 2 more batch. There's 2 more. There's 1 more batch of eggs after this present batch we're gonna be hatching right now. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share this out to your friends so they know what we do in here. It's gonna be delightful when we finally hit 2K. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, goal by the end of the year is like 5K. I want to be hitting 5K by the end of the year. Not sure how possible that's gonna be though. But that is why it is called a goal. Whether it is reachable or not remains to be seen. I mean, at the very least, like 3K is probably 3.5K, almost 4K is probably like low ball goal. High ball goal was like 5K. But again, unlikely, but possible. It is exceedingly possible. Everything's possible if you have it rookies. It's gonna be good getting back to like sandwich hunting without an outbreak, because that's been a bit of a hard thing to kind of go back to doing, is sandwich hunts that don't use outbreaks. I've been so used to outbreak hunts. Going away from them was not exactly something I was eager to go do, but I think I need to make that split off of the outbreak sandwich hunts to just get back to the basics. Hey Nafy, how you doing? Can one of the mods please go grab Nafy's link? But how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing good. You missed actually about an hour and a half after the fact. We got our second shiny Hisuian Zorua super under odds. So we're finished with our Hisuian Zorua hunt. And now we're just hatching the rest of our eggs and going over to where we're gonna go hunt shiny Houndoom. Alright, I will send a thing to Mark. Mork, get your butt in. Where is Mork? Mork. Nafy says get the pictures faster. Alright, I just sent a message to Mark. Mork has been direct messaged. The message has been sent to the Mork. Alright, what is this thing that Jared just sent me? Oh, that's Point Crow thing. Okay, that's the Point Crow thing. I'll watch that later. Okay, so we got more eggs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the best place to go hunt for Houndour is how many Mark Shinies do you have? I have no idea how many Mark Shinies I actually have. I can probably go count. I think it's probably like 20 to 30 at this point. Yeah, I think it's definitely 20 or 30 at this point. Maybe closer to 30. I have not Mudkip. I have not seen the video yet. This is the last egg for this one. Speaking of eggs. Egg. Oh no, one more. One more and then we shift batches. Alright. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow, though. That is gonna be something. We also likely tomorrow we'll be doing some egg extravaganza stuff, Mudkip. Not on the channel, but like not on stream, but like off stream. Alright, the final 5 eggs to get a third shiny Hisuian Zorua for the giveaway. I would like if we can get another spare one. I hope we can. But I doubt it. Got it, Mudkip. I will make sure to check out the video. Can you just, like, resend the video in DMs so I know the exact video you're talking about? Please and thank you. That would be most beneficial. That would be extremely. Can't reflect. It doesn't get rid of Reflect. Reflect doesn't get purged. Reflect is a field condition, it isn't a buff. Reflect is like Sunny Day. It can do the purge all at once, but it doesn't get rid of that. And I believe there's a point at which you use... there's a point where you use Nasty Plot and it doesn't purge after that point. It purges once, and you use Nasty Plot after the purge. Again, the solo requires a bit of timing. I don't know the exact turn order, I just kind of mashed my way through it. So, again, not the most one you should be consulting on that, because again, I just like kind of button mashed my way through it. Button masher supreme, because I'm not dealing with trying to strategy out this thing. I just want to beat this stupid Typhlosion and get my shiny. But yeah, we are going to be shiny hunting for Houndour in here. There we go. I hate this time of year because my allergies start acting up. I hate it. Also, thank you, Omar, for grabbing the link. Yeah, this is going to be a good place to shiny hunt for Houndour. Also a good place to actually hunt for shiny Yungoos. Because that's one of the issues with hunting Yungoos, is it always appears in an area where there's a lot of normal types. So hunting it where there's like no other normal types is very effective. Very, very cost effectiveness. Dang, I don't think we're gonna get another shiny before the sandwich. Before we run out of eggs. I mean, again, it was unlikely. 3 mega under odds Zorua. I'm not that lucky. This isn't my Cinderace hunt. Where the Cinderace or the Rowlet, where we got like the 2 back-to-back. Or not back-to-back, we got them like 88. And then like 300 something, 360 something, and then 88. Still haven't gotten the last one though. So we're, oh right, there's Diglett here, so, right, I need Diglett. I can hunt that there without interfering with the shiny hunt for the other stuff. Okay. It's actually really beneficial to know. Again, I have not come back here. I have not come back here since, like, since you are required to go through here, I have never returned here. Yeah. Here we go. There's this last zero. Well, one more. One more egg. Delete. Delete all of the non-sparkly Zorua. What do you mean by that, Stephanie? I'm not sure I follow. Yeah, funny 0 HP on that one. Nice. Also, alright, Mudkip, sounds good. Sounds just perfectly fine. Yeah, I've never come back here since you are required to come here at the start of the game. I guess this probably wouldn't be a terrible place to shiny hunt for Wingull either. Just depending on how many Wingull can actually appear around there. But yeah, this is, like, honestly, the ideal location for hunting Diglett. Because, like, there's like, so many few Pokemon that actually appear here. You get Diglett. You get, Houndour itself. Dragon Dance. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be where I'm gonna be hunting some stuff. So we just go clear it out, just systematically, area by area. Yeah. And then we're just gonna make a dark sandwich runner. Like, we can dark or fire. Because it doesn't realistically matter. Because it's just like, there's no other fire types around here. So now we just gotta wait for this egg to hatch. Stephanie, I don't know the turn-by-turn order for the Typhlosion solo. I just kind of button mashed my way through it. I didn't really mentally register what the order of everything was when I was doing it. So I can't really help the best there. Garwa. And there we go. And that is all of our Hisuian Zorua eggs. There we go. Goodbye, Zorua. Alright, there's the rest of them. Oh yeah, right, that's the Krogunk shiny we got. You go there. There we go. And now we save. Hey, Z-Dart. Yeah, it's gone pretty well. We finished the Hisuian Zorua family today. So the entirety of the Zorua family is now done. But again, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Creative mode. Onion. And then 1 burger. Pretty sure it's that. Silver pick. Why is everything super... Why is everything super washed out here? That is like actually hurting my eyes to look at. This isn't just like on your screen. This is on my recording PC and also on the screen as well for my TV. So if it's hurting your guys' eyes, it isn't just you. Also, it looks like it's gradually like fading to a more sensible shading intensity. But I also don't know if that's just like my eye playing tricks on me. But freaking holy intensity game. That's painful to look at. Pick. All right, let's get this gong show over with. Go. I don't want to keep looking at this eye hurting everything. Yeah, that lighting was just freaking the hell out right there. I don't know what was going on with that. I like how all their eyes are closed. They're just enjoying their snack. Yeah, again, like, I think it's just, like, this location in the cave. Like, that just freaked the hell out. Okay, so I have the necessary encounter powers. Alright, so that one missed pickle was not one missed pickle. That one missed pepper was not problematic. Alright, let's get looking for our good dark doggo. Because now we're just looking for a houndour. We're looking for a blue houndour. Oh, game is losing it. Game is just freaking everything out right now. The game is trying to maintain cohesion, but it's just struggling. Good thing is the shiny should stick out pretty intensely. Not enough space, that's fine. Yeah, I think it was like the glowing moss. Hello, I like colors. Welcome in. Yeah, shiny Houndour and Houndoom are blue. So we're just looking for a blue dog. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. We finished the Zoo and Zorua family. We got another spare shiny Snorunt. So I'm happy about that. Just looking for the next couple of members in our shiny living dex. Because that is what we are going for. A shiny living Pokedex. Just gotta make sure we can get all the necessary encounters. I just gotta find the best area to actually shiny hunt in. Because never actually hunted inside the inlet cave. So this is me just figuring stuff out. I'm making it up as I go. Then again, I think we all pretty much gathered that from how I just do my usual stuff, that I'm just making it up as I go. No, not shiny. Oh, more TMs. Oh, wow, they actually make you need to get the jumping ability for that. Ooh, Phantom Force. Neat. Not a great move, but it's neat. I don't think I will ever actually use Phantom Force in competitive, because two-turn moves competitively are difficult to work with, to say the least. They've got their fair share of issues. They're very predictable, and you can just easily switch around them. I don't know. There's something. It's a neat idea, but unless you're using like the power herb, I think is what it is. Like the herb that makes you use a two-turn charge move in a single turn. they're not very practical. Like, the only one I think that on large scale was ever practical was like Geomancy Xerneas. And that was because it's Xerneas. Like, it's freaking Geozern. Also, we're using the pool of things. Okay. Good to know, Mudkip. Good to know. I have no idea what it means, but sounds good. Alright, that's like the little... God, I need to learn the layout of this cave if I'm going to be effectively shiny hunting in here. I like how that you don't actually find Houndoom in here now. There was a Houndoom earlier at the start of the game, and then just, nope, no Houndoom. It was the special plot device Houndoom. Oh, there's a lot of them now. Alright. No. Okay, so you actually cannot, you just straight up cannot set up a picnic around here, which kind of makes sense. Though it would be a neat spot for a picnic, though, right on like the edge of a cliff. Terrifying, but also interesting. Alright, let's get looking for some Houndour. Let's see, where is the sparkles? Where is the blue? I just need a blue little demon doggo. We love the demon doggo. All doggos are good boys. All doggos are good. I feel like this stuff is supposed to be almost like Herba Mystica, but I guess also not. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be like foreshadowing Herba Mystica. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that I'm reading too deeply into things. Which could be the case. What am I doing? I can just... What am I doing? I can just, like, climb up here. And use that to just quickly check on, like, stuff up here. And then just jump all the way down. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I can just make a giant loop of this. And then just jump down here. And then just go back up there. And do that to reset stuff again. Just needing to figure out a more efficient pathway of doing things is the best way of doing it, rather than just trying to figure out just a brute force number crunching. And that's why we like the shiny hunting methods. I do prefer this method of shiny hunting, though. I do like this. Because, like, you do have to pay attention to the game. I understand why they nerfed... There it is! There's a doggo! That was fast. First one down. Again, if you guys haven't done so, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. That was delightful. That was delightful. Then not even, what, like 10 minutes into the sandwich? Delightful. Yeah, actually about 7 minutes in and we had that first shiny. Fun. The feeling when you have a strong Trick Room opening, Murballoon, and you're opposing counters with Indeedee and Armor to Trick Room. I mean, that's when you spore the Indeedee. You spore the Indeedee there, and you go for you Tailwind Spore in that case. That's what I do. Unless you don't have a Spore user, Breloom. Yeah, that's... Whenever you see a team that has, like, an Indeedee on it, Well, then again, no, it's probably going to be like Helping Hand, Expanding Force, and DD in that case, most likely. So in that case, it probably would have been better to Spore the Armor Rouge. But yeah, if it's generally, if it's Armor Rouge and DD, generally it's the Armor Rouge that's going to be the attacking, and the NDD isn't going to be setting up Trick Room. Because in that case, the NDD is just there for Psychic Terrain setting, for Expanding Force procs. It isn't there for Trick Room. As heavily. Yeah, Spore Breloom is fun. It is a very, very fun thing to use. It's annoying as hell to go up against, but it's very fun to use. Spore as a move is not really a problem. The problem with Spore only comes in when you were talking about a Moongus as a Spore user, because when Spore was limited to Breloom, the Parasect family, it wasn't really that powerful of a move, because, you know, you're on some fairly glass cannon, not the fastest things there are. You know, there's stuff that can't really take hits, but they're also, like, not the greatest in the world. Then you give it to a Moongus. One of just the most terrifying things to deal with competitively, because it's a Moongus. And then it just catapults it into the tier of just insanity for how powerful it can be. Oh, there's another way up here. I didn't even realize that. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so I guess I can just make a loop around here. Circle. Wait. Is that one? No. Okay, so I guess you just, like, circle around, loop through here, and then just go up that way. For a more efficient pathing. Marcus failing at catching Pokemon. Really? So, what are the pictures you said you needed from Mark? So, what... Can you explain the context, Nafy? Because I always need to know the context. Well, I don't always need to know. I just like knowing the context. So if the context could be supplied, that would be delightful. Hello, Red Black. I'm doing well. We got 2 shinies. Actually, we got 3 shinies today. All of them have been blue. We are going for our final shiny Houndour right now. We just got one, like, 3 minutes ago. Our first one. Now we just go in for our second. And hopefully we get it. And I'm pretty sure when that happens, we're just going to be ending off. Fine. We'll go the regular pathway of just circling around things. We'll just circle things around and then go to that way. Alright, now just waiting for the game to do that. Alright, nope. I am not seeing another blue Houndoom yet. Houndour yet, not Houndoom. Eventually it'll be a Houndoom. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day so far. It has been a fairly solidly good day of shiny hunting. And that's also excluding all the shinies I've been getting in Dynamax Adventures. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, I've been doing Dynamax Adventures off-screen for Shiny Ho-Oh. Continuing to do that one, we've hit over 6 times odds for the stupid bird. And finally, I'm getting some other shinies that are not the Ho-Oh, but they're shinies I actually still need for the Living Shiny deck, so I'm kind of okay with it. Like, it's hard to be mad at Dynamax Adventures shinies when I still need them. So, I need them in the Living Decks, but I also know that after I get this Ho-Oh in Dynamax Adventures, I'm probably never shiny hunting in Dynamax Adventures again. depending on what they do with terror raids for shiny hunting, if somehow they have terror raids for like a Dynamax Adventures equivalent for terror raids, and it is worse, then we might do some more Dynamax Adventures things. But it's all conditional on that. But also, guys, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. What is this video that is being made with Mork? Mini Mork. What is this contents of the video? If you do not mind my inquiry. Yeah, because I enjoy videos. I'm a consumer of videos. If you didn't know about that, I actually consume videos for sustenance. It's a way that I do. It's a thing that I do. Nah, no sparkles. No sparkle doggo. No sparkle doggo yet. Again, we need another one. We already got the one. We just need a second one. But it is a very noticeable color difference. The blue was more pronounced than I expected. So, we just gotta go find it. Kind of funny that Breloom can learn Thunder Punch. I mean, it makes sense that it can't use Ice Punch. Like Blaziken cannot use Ice Punch. So there's a few Pokemon moves don't make sense all the time, but there are a few times that it does make sense. So I remember there was one demo footage they actually had where it showed Blaziken using Ice Punch, and that picture was Bulbapedia's image for Ice Punch for so long. It made me laugh. Like, yeah, you know, you can't actually have one that uses it. Because I don't know if they thought maybe it would be too powerful. Like, Blaziken would be too strong if it has Ice Punch. But I never really thought that. Like, why? Like, how does Ice Punch, like, help it? I mean, it helps it hit ground types. But that's kind of... I mean, I guess, like, hitting Garchomp would be pretty good. But I don't know if it actually one-shots Garchomp with Ice Punch. Maybe it would. Maybe it would be too powerful. Maybe that's why they took it off. But I don't know. It was a bit of a weird just thing that they had it in one like tech demo footage and just doesn't get Ice Punch. Well, let's get back to looking for the Duggo. But yeah, like, the elemental punches are a very weird distribution of things. I think that, Zeraora does not get Ice Punch. But it gets the other punches, but I don't think it gets Ice Punch. It gets Play Rough. Again, the punch moves are very, very weirdly distributed on Pokemon. Very, very, very strangely distributed on Pokemon. Kind of what I like, but at the same time, it's just a little janky. But it's one of the reasons we love these games. They are janky. They are janky in the best ways. Nope. No little demon doggo. Little demon woofer. Set up another. How much long we got on the pick? How much we got in the sandwich? We're halfway done. Even if we don't get another shiny, we still got one shiny out of it, so we're still coming out ahead. But it would be ideally beneficial to get both of them. What is with the freaking space limitations? Your space limitations are weirdly inconsistent. The space limitations for this game are very inconsistent. Then there is Wooper. What do you mean about Wooper? Explain what you mean about the Wooper, Mudkip. Because we've already shiny hunted Wooper. We need to hunt Johto Wooper. Eventually. But we've already gotten Paldean Wooper. And Clodsire. I love how Clodsire kind of just, like, took over the internet as, like, the favorite Pokemon from Paldea. Because, like, Clodsire is just Quagsire if it was a dog. Which is awesome, because, like, who doesn't love dogs? And Quagsire is amusing. So you mix the amusingness that Quagsire is with the lovableness of a doggo. And you just have, like, perfection. Kind of weird that there's no water types in here. Little strange. But then again, I guess they probably don't have any water types in there as, like, a tell that you get a surf. But then again, I know, like, you would have needed surfing power anyway because there's water everywhere. You always get surf. So it doesn't make any sense. We love it. We love Clodsire. Clodsire is great. Clodsire is extremely amusing. It's such a clever, funny little thing. Can't Wooper learn? Yes! I'm pretty sure Wooper gets, like, Focus Punch and Ice Punch. Again, how do you punch when you don't have arms? Doesn't make sense. I don't know how it works. Because, like, if you use your feet, that's not a punch. If you use your tail, that's not a punch. If you use your head, that's not a punch. If you use your tongue, that's not a punch. How does Wooper punch? I want to know. I would like to see scientific footage of how a Wooper uses Ice Punch. Like, at the very least, like, Ghastly, it using Thunder Punch and, like, the elemental punches, I can vaguely see, and they're like, okay, it forms the cloud of, like, whatever its body is into a fist to punch things. I can kind of see that, and, like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like how, like, Deoxys can, like, you know, turn its, like, arms and legs into, like, you know, whatever it wants to. I can kind of see that. But, like, Wooper doesn't have arms. How does punch? How does the Wooper punch with no hands? Wooper Sealy Psychic that can make a Psychic Fist. I knew it. The Wooper always had mind powers. They just never showed them us. They just never showed us the mind powers. The secret psychic Wooper. We love Wooper. Wooper is... Again, Wooper is one of those Pokemon that is just beyond entertaining. That, like, if you told people years ago, yeah, Wooper is... Like, if you told people back when Generation 2 first came out, Wooper and Quagsire were gonna turn into two of the most just amusing Pokemon in the entire series. You know, over 2 decades, like almost 3 decades into the future, they would laugh at you. And it's like, no, here we are now. Wooper just amusing beyond all hell. We love it. Again, one of the things about the series I love, shenanigans like that happen. Also, another, like, weird thing about Pokemon. Charizard actually has more popularity among all age demographics than Pikachu. Yeah, this is the thing about Pokemon that just kind of boggles my mind, is that, like, analysts and, like, marketing people have, like, studied this. That Charizard as a Pokemon has, like, universal levels of popularity, but it is popular with, like, all demographics, all ages, you know, young children, boys, girls, teenagers, young adults, adults. Like, it passes literally everything else. It makes no sense. It's just this weird, and I'm like, why? Every demographic loves it. There is nothing else that even comes close to it. And this was like even before like they started like pushing Charizard into like everything they could possibly think. It's like the most bizarre thing ever. You know, I guess more power Pikachu gets more clones. Oh, if that is not the truest statement ever, Zetar, I don't know what is. Actually, well, not even really. Charizard really hasn't gotten anything new permanently. Because you can't say Megas, you can't say Z, you can't say Megas, and you can't say Dynamaxing, because those are gone now. Like, everything Charizard has actually had permanently, that's like a permanent part of its kit, it has actually had since Generation 5. I mean, like, yeah, Scorching Sands is a new move. You know, Scorching Sands is something new that it gets, but, like, pretty much everything Charizard does these days is the same stuff it got back in Generation 5, and it wasn't even until, like, the Megas happened. It wasn't until the Megas were removed that people started to really notice that Charizard's kind of insane. Because they were so used to the power of the Mega, like, okay, we'll try and, like, copy the power it had. And it's like, you don't even need that. It was even more powerful without the Mega. We just never realized it. And it's terrifying. Because, like, Solar Power Charizard in Sun is something that I have used on competitive teams. And it is terrifying. And I love it. Because it can just, like, it can just brute force through... Like, it can brute force through type effectiveness. You know, the team just flying over it. I don't think they're ever going to do that. There was a reason why Charizard was never made Dragon. The reason being, a Dragon-type starter completely upsets the typing triangle. Like, kind of the point of the Fire, Grass, Water-type trio is because one is supposed to be good against the next, supposed to be good against the next. The only generation that this was not followed is Generation 4, where Generation 4, they still have Empoleon be weak to ground because it's a Steel type, and Torterra, of course, has Steel moves. The other part is, with Generation 4, they did kind of make the effort for all three starters to have a weakness to something the other two can have. So, you know, yes, Torterra isn't weak to water, but it's neutrally damaged by water, and it has a quad weakness to ice. Infernape is weak to ground, it's weak to water. Empoleon, weak to ground, weak to fighting. So they kind of tried to do something with the subtypings to sort of make a secondary triangle. It was weird. And it's a bit difficult to make something like that for other stuff, so. Yeah, it's a bit interesting, but I think that, like, going forward, they're not going to make a Dragon-type starter, like a permanent Dragon-type starter, because, again, it kind of screws with the whole type triangle, which they kind of, like, follow religiously. Exactly. I mean, that's the point. It's a lizard with wings. It is wingy lizard thing. Yeah, it's like... The funny thing is, I actually really used to hate Charizard when I was younger. But as, like, I've grown more as a player, it's like... I don't dislike Charizard anymore. Like, it's... I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but it's a Pokemon that I have a solid respect for, in the sense of, as a Pokemon I've used in battles, I respect it. You know, it's been very good when I needed to use it in battles, and it has just done very well. I mean, in Let's Go, I mean, it also helped that, you know, with Let's Go, it's a movement speed booster, because you can just ride on Charizard to just get around areas quicker in Let's Go. So, movement speed upgrades generally give things some extra plus points to reduce the mind-numbing tedium. That's part of why whenever I play Let's Go, I will always get something like Aerodactyl or Dragonite, because you get the movement speed boost. Granted, yes, anything that has like a running boost is helpful for that, but you also get the flying boost later in the game. That is a metal as hell name there, Mudkip. Heaven Scorching Light of Destruction. That is awesome. Like, This is the thing I've noticed about Pokemon, like, move names in Japanese and in English. There's times the Japanese names are just lame. You know, you've got, like the max moves in Japan, the names for most of them just suck. Like, G-Max Depletion from Durell, and just G-Max Decay. G-Max, Grimmsnarl is like a G-Max Sleepiness or something like that, or G-Max, it's like G-Max Sleep. Like, a lot of them are just, like, pretty lame, but then there's some that, like, are absolutely awesome, like, you got G-Max Wildfire. Its name in Japan, G-Max Hellfire. Throat Chop in Japanese, the name is Hell Chop. It's like, some of these names are really awesome. They're better than the English. But then there's also ones where you've got, you know, the American name, which is better. Whereas, like, Thunderbolt's like, oh yeah, 10,000 volts. Kind of bland. Yeah, there's some... I mean, it's more like with, like, general Z moves. Yeah, like, the G-Max and Z... Like, the G-Max moves and the Z move names in Japanese, they're pretty much lame. There's a few of them that are better than the English version, but most of them are just not good. But the ones that are better by a huge margin. But again, those are the minority ones. And then that's why I like looking at the Japanese names of moves and then the English names of moves, because a lot of the times they're pretty different. Like, Night Slash in Japanese is like a crossroad killing. Because it's based on, like, something like a samurai, like a corrupt samurai thing that samurai used to do. Where they would, like, you know, just attack you by a bridge. So they changed it to Night Slash, you know, to kind of get rid of that. Like, Leech Life's Japanese name is, like, Drink Blood. There's some really good names for Japanese attacks. And the English ones are just kind of eh. But also, then there's, like, English names for eh Japanese names, and there's awesome. Like Meteor Mash. You know, Meteor Mash. Awesome name. The Japanese name of it is Comet Punch. The reason why Meteor Mash was spared the title of being called Comet Punch is because there was already a move called Comet Punch that existed. And so we got a more awesome name in Meteor Mash. So yeah, it's like, it's... There's some back and forth. There's pros and cons. Like, not every localization name change is bad. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them aren't as good. Like, again, G-Max Hellfire, Hell Chop, awesome as hell names, but other ones, you know, they're better. You know, I certainly think G-Max Depletion is a way better move than just, like, G-Max Decay. Yeah, that's just my, like, 2 cents. 2 minutes left on it. Can we get another shiny Houndour in the last 2 minutes? I don't think so, but we're gonna try anyway. But these are gonna be the last 2 minutes of the stream, though, so we are gonna be ending off after this sandwich ends. Not sure how long I'll be able to do the Splatoon stuff, Mudkip, but this was delightful. This was very delightful. Again, we got through the Zorua family. Like, everything outside of the Zorua family was just plus points. And I'm super happy that a Masuda hunt was done that fast. Less than, like, 240 eggs done with the Hisuian Zorua family. Both shinies in less than that. My egg hoard is cleared out. I can start breeding up Cyndaquil eggs later. And I will figure out something. Hello there, Mason Rampage. Wonderful name. I've already beaten my daily Typhlosion. And we actually are about to be ending off right now. But we will be live later today. We will be live tomorrow, as well as if you want to join the Discord, !Discord. There'll be people in the Discord who are going to be wanting to battle Typhlosion raids. Also, we have a shiny giveaway going on next week. Well, about a week and a half. If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to enter for that. Whatever typing Gmail. I have no clue. But 40 seconds left. We got a little bit left. We have a little bit of time. The final Hisuian Zoro we needed. The one of our 2 shiny living decks, Houndour down. Spare shiny Snorunt for the giveaway. And my egg storage wiped out entirely. It is hard to not call today productive. Oh, you can just drop down there. And then you can get the Dragon Dance. Okay, that's clever. I like that. I didn't even realize that was like you could actually just drop down there. And the sandwich ends now. No more additional shinies, unfortunately. But for shinies today, hardly a bad haul. That smell is Bip Bop. Oh, that is an amazing name. I don't know. Between that and Let's Snuggle Forever, those are both top tier names. That's a hard call for whether Let's Snuggle Forever or Bip Bop Friend Time is a better name. Dang, that's hard to call. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Who are we gonna go raid? Who should we raid? Yeah, Darrell's doing some Kaizo. Who's good? Let's see. Let's go find someone to go raid. Let's go raid. Let's see. Let's go raid someone who's doing a shiny race for Spirit Tomb. AM Clockwork. They're doing a shiny race for Spirit Tomb. You'll have to remind me of that, Mudkip. So, we're gonna go on a raid. I will see you guys next time. Again, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And let's